Hello, this is Chek. Welcome back to my video blog. Today I thought I would give you some tips on how to do a single arm Swiss ball push-up. Now, a single arm Swiss ball push-up puts a lot of torque through the spine, particularly through the working arm and the opposite leg because of the angle of the obliques and the way our body stabilizes from one side to the other. For example, if I put my arm on this ball, then it's going to load me predominantly through the other leg because of the way the sling systems of the core work. I could give you a long, detailed explanation, but it's not critical. Just the point I want to make is if you can't do a single arm push-up on the floor, you're probably not ready to try it off a Swiss ball. And because the ball moves in every direction, it requires a lot more stabilization and neurological energy to organize the ability to do that movement effectively. Now, a tip that you can start using, whether you can do a single arm push-up off the floor or not, that helps grow your strength, core strength, and single arm strength, is to take two Swiss balls, put them together. If they're touching each other, it will be more stable. Keep good postural alignment and just drop down to the ball so your weight's a little bit more on one hand than the other, and then lean toward the other hand and just work like that. Having the two balls touching gives more stability. If you bring them apart, it will be significantly harder to stabilize the balls, but you can progress the same exercise. Also, if your feet are wider, it'll make the exercise easier than if they're closer together. So with them apart, now we just put emphasis on one arm. Like so. I'm a bit shaky because I just finished a pushing workout, so there's not much to demonstrate with left in the tank. But it's no problem. So this way you can do a build-up. Now you could do it on the floor and lean to one side and the other and build up that way too. Then when it's time to go ahead and try the single arm Swiss ball push-up, the next thing you can do is you can go to a bigger ball. If you use a bigger ball, the angle of your body isn't as parallel to the floor, so you're not actually pushing as much weight. Just like if you do a push-up against a wall, it's not very hard, but as you go down, you have to carry more of your body weight until you've got maximum load. So if you want a kind of a beginner's step up into the single arm Swiss ball push-up, use a bigger ball. Now you want to get your legs out fairly wide for stability, because if you push off one arm, it's going to try to flip you because your load's going through one arm. So if your feet are too close together, it's going to rotate you and it's going to be very tricky and possibly dangerous. So get a nice stance. Take your back hand, the free hand, attach it to your leg and put some tone in your lats. You need to help rigidify the trunk. Now, once you get good at it, you don't have to do it that way because you'll have enough core strength, but it is a wise thing to do. This isn't something that you should do stupidly either, because you can get so much torque going through your low back. If you don't have a good stable core, you may find yourself feeling like you got a lightning bolt that hit your back and find yourself laying on the floor. You could sublux an L5 or an L4 vertebra and pinch a nerve root pretty easily. So make sure you take yourself through the steps unless you're absolutely sure you're strong enough to do this. Okay, so we get our stance. Anchor yourself with that arm. You're going to inhale, activate your core, and remember, blow yourself up. Inhale, activate the core, blow yourself up. Then you would do the other side for the equal number of reps, but remember to make sure that it's very important, in my opinion, as a therapist, don't do more push-ups on the weak side, which in my case would be the left, then don't do more on your strong side than you can do on your weak side, is what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, you keep maintaining a strength imbalance. Once strength imbalances get to 10% or more, they start putting torsion on joint complexes and on the structure, and can lead to all sorts of mechanical problems, postural problems, and a long list of things you don't want. So we always want to build the weak side up to match the strong side. Now, once you've got some confidence and say you can get 20 reps in straight on each arm, you might be able to do it sooner, but I'm trying to give you a benchmark to shoot for. You can start alternating arms right on the fly, which requires a bit of coordination and balance, which simply looks like this. You just got to get confident in how you stabilize that ball, because it does move very fast until you learn how to control it. Okay? So that's your kind of next step up. Then when you're ready to give it a go, you can get the right Swiss ball for your height, which is, for me, is a 55. I'm 5'8", and that's the right size for me. So then you would just go ahead, now that you're going to get closer to the ground, it's going to be harder, and I'll do the alternating Swiss ball technique just to give you an example of what it looks like in real time. Now, the slower you go, naturally the harder it's going to be. In the beginning, you're going to find it the hardest is to get off the ball. Now, fortunately, the ball is quite absorptive, so you can get a little support in the beginning by allowing yourself to bounce off the ball. If you go real slow, it's going to be real hard. So for beginners, you might let yourself fall into the ball a little bit and use some of the rebound, which would look like this. Versus which is harder. Okay, so there's just a few tips I thought I'd share with you today. If you want to get more into all this kind of stuff, our Chek exercise coach program, which is now integrated movement science #1, teaches you all sorts of stuff. My Strong and Stable DVD series has a lot of information that we haven't put online yet. So if you have a DVD player, I can't remember how many exercises there's, like 100 and something exercises. But I share all sorts of very interesting and useful exercises in my Strong and Stable series, as well as my Swiss ball for better abs, buns, and backs, which is your beginner's level. Swiss ball for athletes has 2 more levels of conditioning. Strong and Stable shows you how to mix gym equipment, Swiss balls, and even fixed axis machinery for various types of situations. So there's some options for you. Thanks for joining me today. Look forward to sharing more with you soon.